So
I just thought it was strange.
But I thought on the Sunday, oh well.
It's not like the beheading of John the Baptist. Okay, I understand that's a fast, but like the
Yeah.
elevation of the cross, that's a fast. That's not a fast. That's
Yeah.
a feast.
Old calendar this week.
Celebrate.
Next week.
This is not
You know,
correlated the way I
somebody
wanted
gave
it
me
to.
an icon of the from a Russian church just
Yeah.
recently of the head of John. That's my saint, John the Baptist.
Yeah.
So now I'm putting it right in front of my door.
Second
Not
page.
at the door, not people see it from everywhere.
Second page.
It must be from a Russian church because it looks like it was taken off from iconostasis. And I don't feel very good about it, but it was a gift.
This is,
What am I supposed to do?
You got this. No, it's circle 4. Hang on.
Yep.
You just hang on. Okay, so you did
Yeah.
1, 3.
Yeah, I skipped around because I didn't have it ready yet.
Oh, okay, you're right. Yeah.
But then,
Second.
yeah, I guess my printer
So-
didn't collate things
Huh,
the
so
way that I
why-
was expecting.
Why is this
Well, we had-
handwritten in the rest not?
Because some are from St. Anthony's, but St. Anthony's has not written them all.
Oh, that's interesting. So
And
it's
so
like started in
then-
the middle of it. Why
Yeah,
did they
well,
have-
it's weird. I think he just scanned it wrong or something like that.
Oh.
Because I'm like, why would he skip, like
the first one, right?
Yeah.
The
The
first
person
one you
that
have
was
1,
on
2,
the
and
rest
then
of
you have to do 3 by yourself.
Yeah, and it's a little weird like that.
Okay.
So hopefully all these, and I'll give you another set in a second. I figured I'll just do them myself too. Alright, and so what we're going to do today is we're going to look through the Elevation of the Cross music, and then we're going to, I guess, finish out, hopefully, these Cathysmas. We'll see how long the Elevation of the Cross stuff takes.
That's the goal, huh? Okay.
That's the goal. But to be determined. Okay, here's the rest of them. Plagal 1 and Great Mode.
Oh.
And that's all of them. Yeah. There's one scan up online on one of the forums which just says Kathismata, and then it has the rest, like whatever else Papa Ephraim wrote, but like I was looking through it and I was like, wait, this doesn't make any sense, and because there's things that are missing or things that are skipped, and so it's just, I'm pretty sure there's just a mistake there. Alright. So, Elevation of the Cross, the one thing when I was looking at the music before for Elevation of the Cross, I actually picked it to take to the Sacred Music Institute because I wanted to prove to them that it's easier to read Byzantine notation with certain hymns when you're doing scale changes and all these things, because in Western music it becomes tremendously difficult because you don't know where your basis note is anymore, and so it really becomes troublesome, and this proves it a lot. So and we have little micro scales in here too.
What's the point of switching to diatonic on cat when it's just cat?
Where
Or what do you enter before you do that? Soft chromatic. So is Kef Latin and soft chromatic?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right, fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you want me to talk about any of the parts in here, or do you want to just go at
Well,
it?
it's like switching every couple of notes.
Yep.
That's... Oh, okay, because it's on harmonics. That's...
What are you looking for, John?
Oh, that scheme that you had with all the different...
Oh, you left it here, yeah.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder. Okay.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because, yeah, we
Thank
found,
you.
yeah.
Thank you. It's a little
A little crumpled, but
crumpled,
still good.
but yeah, I still have laminate.
It still works.
I should laminate it. Yeah. I always have it.
Right. I wonder if I should just print it on like cardstock or something like that, you know?
What? That little thing?
Yeah.
I meant to do that actually, because, well, I mean, I got mine, like,
Yeah.
I got multiple copies, but now. Kept on losing them, so I'm just going to, like, salt my environment. always be near one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna just wait till.
I mean, this is pretty insane, I gotta say.
Yep.
Is this, you're starting with this?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Because I have no idea how long this is gonna take us. So.
Looks like.
I'm very lucky we'll get through it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we are.
Maybe I'll get my scale chart up too.
So it looks like there's a couple instances where it's like changing the diatonic on K, but it's actually sitting on D.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And is that what I'm seeing? Am I
Yep.
correct? And
I believe so.
that really throws me off. Like, I can understand, like, if it goes up like I don't know, like a third or a fourth, but like they go up like, I don't know why that really is really off-putting.
When we get to it, we can
Yeah.
see if it.
Explicate it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's usually like a reason for it, but it's just like, I don't know, for some reason, like the fact that it's on D and it just, they're just adjusting it by a step. Maybe this isn't confusing. Maybe it just, it sounds, you just do this naturally. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just really is really weird.
And we have the Zigo scale in here too. On the last page.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. That's not a harmonic. That's zeros.
Mm-hmm. He comes in every so often. Oh no, sorry.
Or no, it's the
Cliton.
Cliton. Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say. Yeah, well, looking at it, it's like.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
wait a minute.
Cliton.
I don't think I've seen that like in
Cliton?
real life before.
Yeah, and as I don't know if you remember me saying it, but Cliton, according to I believe it was said by Dr. Nick Yanokakis in Pittsburgh, he said, "Think Batman." Like when we were asking how to sing it, he was like, "Da da 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 Batman, da 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 da." So done away. So
Okay.
I think that's the Batman theme, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But what the Clint, is it tilt down or up? I don't know.
That's just what Cliton I think means, isn't it?
Tilts, but I'm not sure which direction you going down the scale or up the scale.
Oh, we're going. It's always down.
It's always okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's only from
helps.
the down.
That then you can use Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Are you ready?
Well, would you consider it like a flat?
It's a micro scale.
That's a micro scale.
Yeah, it's just a small scale. So it just tells you where like ba, wherever they are. I only know the Batman portion. Normally you don't need too much of it. At some point maybe I'll get one of the master chanters to sing all this stuff in Zigos. So whenever you're
Well,
Alright.
I think I'll wait till you get to it.
Sorry, where we starting?
It's
The
just the
glory?
beginning, yeah, the glory. It's a slower glory too. So or longer glory. Glory to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit.
Oh, because it's
We can go to the last part.
The diargon there
the
is
argon,
the
that's
key.
right.
So maybe holy,
Yeah.
Holy Spirit.
To thee.
And to the Holy Spirit, 2, 3, 4, and it, both now and ever, and unto the ages of ages. Amen. Does that make sense at the end there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do the amen again?
Sure. Amen. Come all ye nations, let us worship the blessed tree, through which was wrought the everlasting righteousness. For he that by a tree begot our forefather Adam is himself ensnared by the cross, and he that by tyranny gained dominion over the creation of the King is by faith overthrown in utter ruin by the blood of God, the serpent's poison is washed away. I'll bring it up a little bit.
Yeah. I think we sank a
Yeah,
step distance the last knee.
just a little bit. Any questions
I'll just switch
in
it.
there?
I know.
It's all scale changes, but
I know. I'm losing track of which way.
mhm.
Yeah. I don't think
Where we're leaving and where we're going.
Yeah.
Especially when it's by the blood.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one. So,
Yeah.
do
Can
you
you
wanna-
take that phrase again?
Which part?
By the blood.
By the blood.
Mhm.
So
I'm trying to figure out what's
let's
the-
see.
It's hard for me.
Let's try knee. By the blood of God, the serpent's poison is washed away. was loosed by the unjust judgment passed against the just one. For it was fitting that the wood should be healed by wood, and that the sufferings of him who was condemned because of the tree should be done away through the passion of him who is passionless. But, O Christ, our King, glory to thy dread dispensation toward us, whereby thou hast saved us all, since thou art good and the friend of man. All right.
Yeah.
Well, so, oh Christ is hard to get back into.
Yeah, at that point, then
Soft,
it's like kind of
it's
like
hard, soft.
home free. You're like, oh, I'll just stay in soft chromatic for the rest of the time.
Right, which is okay, but getting there.
Getting there, yeah.
I could never have done that myself. I have to follow some.
Let's do the one thing I'd like to do is from of him who was condemned to the top of this, maybe just the top of the page, and that the sufferings until
Okay.
passionless in the fourth line.
Okay.
Neon evum, and that the sufferings of him who was condemned because of the tree should be done away. There we go. Done away. Yeah, done away. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, let's do of the tree should be done away. Of the tree should be done away through the passion of him who is passionless. Do you want to finish it? I'm fine with, or if you want to do more, we can. But the one thing here with all those little martiria, if you forget what scale you're in, then you can look at the martiria and you're like, oh, I'm in hard chromatic. I should have been in hard chromatic that entire time. And that happened when I was recording it because I forgot what scale I was in, and I was like, oh, I was not singing what I was supposed to be. So then I redid it so the recording's correct.
Okay.
But
Send that out.
yeah.
So
Something
reviewing some of these, the tilt is here.
Mm-hmm.
Down away with.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Down away, da 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 da, Batman. Down away.
So I gotta put yield tilt in here.
Yep. So what's written in the actual thing is the 4 and then the 12. So da da da. But I guess the easiest thing for an American ear is just Batman. Na na way.
Okay.
Move on.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Well, this is a tough one. I mean,
yeah,
oh,
that needs to be
Christ.
familiar.
You
Oh yeah,
to go over
you wanna
that
do it?
part. The last part, because we
Where
didn't do that. Oh Christ.
I think you guys did
Where
it.
we no, we did it, but didn't repeat it. We just
Oh,
went
I
up
mean,
to
if
that
you
point.
wanna,
Because that was a little difficult too. But oh Christ, our
Through to
King.
the end.
sure.
From there to the end at least.
Let's do passion of him who is passionist. Passion of him who is passionless, but oh Christ our King, glory to thy dread dispensation toward us, whereby thou hast saved us all, since thou art good and the friend of man. And see, where's our note? F sharp. So, all right. And that probably, I don't know how that feels for you guys, but that's probably, I wouldn't take that any higher, because I just like to stay up in that
Oh yeah.
realm.
No, it was high enough.
You know, while we can sing higher than that, to stay there is tiring. So, opóstica doxastikon. This one's not as bad, and it's not as long either. So, play go a fourth. I think the hardest thing is the third line from the bottom, rhythmically at least, to get it. Alright. So,
Take a fourth.
Neagien, glory to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy cross which Moses prefigured in himself of old, defeated Amalek and put him to flight. And David, the sweet singer, cried out, commanding that it be worshipped as thy footstool. As we sinners worship it with unworthy lips today, O Christ God, we praise thee who disdain to be nailed thereon, and we cry to thee, O Lord, with the thief, count us worthy of thy kingdom.
I think that,
Oh,
to be nailed.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
nailed.
It kind of
Okay.
fell apart there.
Yeah.
Nailed.
Maybe from the beginning of that. So
We praise
thee.
thee?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Neagie, we praise thee who disdain to be nailed thereon. Nailed thereon.
Yeah.
Goes so quickly.
Yep. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nailed thereon.
Sure. Yeah. I want you to go through it a couple times.
Yeah. And then, and for me,
coming across it cold like that, it's a little.
and for me, and we cried to thee, and we cry to thee, O Lord, good Lord, just getting all those, Lord, Lord, yeah. Anything else in there?
No, those are the two kind of
Yeah.
sticky parts. I think we even got the scale change. Okay.
Yeah. No, that was fine. All right, keep going.
Sure.
All right, skip over, say below thy people. That's easy. Orthros Pentecostaria. I think we did okay with that on Sunday. So I'm fine with skipping that if you want.
I'll be frank with you. I don't remember what the heck we said.
Did you sing the Byzantine on Sunday? This
For Matins, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for Matins.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did we sang this on Sunday?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
sang.
Okay, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Because last time we didn't sing. It was kind of a
Yeah.
confusing service.
Yeah, do you want to skip it or do you want me to go over it?
Oh heck no.
Okay, so go over it.
Yeah.
All right,
We make it twice. I would say.
Neones. Yep.
Yeah, right
But,
there.
oh, this, you're not doing the. Oh,
No, you skip over the easy stuff.
That's what I like, the easy stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Neones. Glory to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit. Thou art my mind, my soul, my mighty protection, O tripartite cross of Christ, sanctify me by thy power, that I may worship and glorify thee with faith and love, both now and ever, and unto the ages of ages. Amen. Do you want to repeat it or keep going?
That's okay.
Oh, yeah, we can keep going.
Okay. So there we are, and if we didn't drop too much, that would be heaven. That would be our paw. Have mercy on me, O God, according to thy great mercy, and according to the multitude of thy compassions, blot out my transgression. O cross of Christ, thou hope of Christians, guide of them that are gone astray, haven of the storm-tossed, victory in war, surety of the whole world, physician of the sick, and resurrection of the dead, have mercy on us.
What's that?
Um,
Yeah, from the and resurrection of the sick.
Sure.
One question I had, I didn't see where went right into chromatic. On the cross, you started with chromatic, or maybe I missed it.
Where are we at?
At the very beginning on the cross.
Oh, cross?
Cross. Okay.
Oh, because we went at the beginning of the Have Mercy on Me, O God.
Oh.
That's all Plagal 2 now.
Oh, it was all played.
And
Okay.
and hard
I'm
chromatic.
still. Oh, I forgot there was. Yeah, switch scales. I didn't look at
Yeah.
the sign. It's all played.
Yep, from there on.
Okay.
So, did you want Physician of the Sick, Resurrection of the
Yeah.
Dead, or?
So where would?
Physician of the sick, and then all the, just from there to the end. Third, fourth line, or third line.
Physician of the sick, and resurrection of the dead, have mercy on us.
Yeah, that's that. Us is throwing me.
Okay, have mercy. We'll do it a
Yeah.
little slower.
Okay.
Have mercy on us. Thee, O God, thee can.
That's right. It seemed like there was more of a jump. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it is. I mean,
Yeah.
we're in the part chromatic.
Yeah. down 2, but that down 2 means all sorts of stuff.
Right, yeah.
It's got a lot of baggage inside. Anything else there?
No.
Right. Thou who is raised up is the next thing, the Pentateuch. That's again easy. That's a prosomia, so it's worth learning at some point. So I'm fine with skipping it if you want to. Otherwise, we can go through it.
Yeah, we can do it.
Go through it.
Sure.
Neones, thou who was raised upon the cross of thine own will, O Christ our God, do thou bestow thy compassions upon this thy new commonwealth named after thee. Gladden with thy sovereign might our most orthodox hierarchs, and vouchsafe them victory over every false teaching. And as thy help in war may they possess the weapon of peace, the trophy invincible. And sometimes you don't end it, you just go invincible. So it depends what you're singing.
Right. Okay.
So, easy.
Yeah.
So, alright,
Yeah,
let's go on to the praises.
I'll throw an easy one over there.
Yeah. Depending upon how long this takes, maybe we'll do this and then end with Save Other People. Otherwise, we might have some time to do something else.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. And the difficulty here is not only the scale changes, but knowing what it sounds like, actually changing.
That's always a difficulty, Nick.
Yeah.
I can see that the scale changes, but
Yeah, the theory is fine.
yeah, sure.
Theoretically, I understand exactly what's going on.
So on the second page, the fifth line, that changes to diatonic.
On the second page, the fifth line.
Or whatever.
Two,
Page
three,
13, whatever.
four.
Is it
Mhm.
the second page? Yeah. One,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
So you're in diatonic, and then you only switch out when you go into enharmonic on salvation. Is that where that changes?
Yeah, that's, well, you're still diatonic, but that local region is in
yeah,
it,
yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then that holds until the soft chromatic, or no,
Hard
hard
chromatic.
chromatic, sorry, and
Yep.
bi. Okay.
Yeah.
I tend to think of enharmonic as, I guess it's really not a scale change.
I'll have to get more information on that as to whether it is what it is.
Maybe back in diatonic. Oh, no, you're not. No, why are you there? So, third line from the bottom on Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've been in hard chromatic, but now you're out of hard chromatic. You're going into diatonic on thee.
Yep.
But that's actually me there, or is that actually thee?
So the first Christ.
Yeah.
Not that we have two Christs, but the first Christ is thee.
It is thee.
So the martyri is thee,
Right.
and then the note itself is ni.
It's me. Right. So
yeah.
but you're going in diatonic on thee, so you're pretending like it's thee.
No. So the martyri is thee. So if we were to do by him who was
I mean, I
crucified.
can't tell from this like what note you're on here. I mean,
Crucified there on thee. Now that becomes the diatonic.
right.
Knee.
But Christ is you're singing knee.
Yeah.
You're singing knee, but you're
Right.
You're treating it like D. That's what I meant.
No, it's still knee. Because that martiria.
But-
No, it's still knee.
What do you mean it's still knee?
So let me just write it on the board.
Hmm.
So we added.
I don't know.
But isn't that the modulin for diatonic on D?
Yeah. So we have this D,
Mm-hmm. Right. So that's just saying, okay, yeah, you've been in hard chromatic and you're on D now.
and then this is saying now this note becomes the diatonic. So this one becomes the diatonic, and then after it we have this. So if this is the
Oh,
diatonic,
because it's not right on Christ.
right.
Oh, okay.
So that's the diatonic, then this is knee.
All right,
Yeah.
I got it.
Now, I can't answer the question why there's another martiria on the second
I
Christ.
was gonna ask you about that because that really is.
That tells you that's knee,
Small
high
question.
knee.
Excuse me, why is it beneath the D if it's going into?
Oh,
It's
well,
like-
the thing beneath it just tells you what your local environment is. It doesn't actually change anything. It says what
Well-
you should be singing in, and
When
where
you
what
were
you're.
doing chromatic, you were on chromatic up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that's indicating?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're switching.
Yeah, then
I
you're
mean, is
switching.
that necessary?
Well, that's what he's saying. He's like you're in hard chromatic.
Well, yeah,
and-
but
or
we
not
know
hard-
that.
You're
If
in
we-
you're in
if we-
diatonic and then.
Well, okay, I'm not going to logic.
Well, if you
Yeah, I
if
know.
you don't know it, then it's super important.
Yes, then
So-
you've sung everything wrong.
Whatever you
Yeah.
yeah.
which you
But
must-
it gets you back
No,
on
I know,
track at least.
Yes, well, true.
Now in this case, it doesn't matter so much because you're immediately switching.
Yes. Right.
So
I
the fact that
forget-
you know where you were doesn't really matter because you're switching anyway.
Yeah,
but-
if you got it wrong, you got
Yeah, if you get it wrong, you get it wrong.
Too late.
too late.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't make sense. Okay, well,
Yeah.
All right.
it's going to take a while.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just go right at it.
Sure.
All right.
Where are we starting today?
Glory to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit, both now and ever, and unto the ages of ages. Amen. Is that too fast or?
No, that's about right.
Okay.
Certainly no faster.
Today the cross of the Lord goeth forth, and the faithful welcome it with longing, and they granted to the world by him who was crucified there on Christ the Lord, who hath great mercy.
That was a strange ending. It sounds strange to me.
I think I need to go over the second
Yeah. The second
second
half.
page almost, well, the second half of the page at least. It just switches too
Mhm.
much.
How about like from with fear?
Sure.
Like up that right there.
I guess. What do we get? What are we going from and into from this one later? Going into.
Well, you're in diatonic at that point for a couple of syllables.
Only for two, up to sin.
Yeah. Well, no, up to of. Or,
Oh yeah, up
whatever.
through sin.
Or I guess the back end to be cause.
Right.
You're gonna look at that.
So, and one thing before we do that, if you notice at the end of this, it doesn't give that traditional ending,
No, right.
because in the Byzantine tradition, the chanters start the doxology. In the Russian Slavic tradition, or some other things, the priest says, "Glory to thee who has shown us the light." Then the chanters begin. So if we were doing this, what I probably should have done on Sunday is to actually finish it. And that way Father David knows, okay, we're done. But because here he does say, "Glory to thee who has shown us the light." At the Antiochian church or the Greek churches, there's nothing.
But they don't end it. Or they do end it, they don't end
No,
it.
they don't end it, because, right, they would go...
I mean, instead of going straight from this into...
Hath great mercy, glory
they would
to thee
So it wouldn't
who
really
has
end.
shown
They
the
just- they go to
light.
the next thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but since here it actually ends, I mean, there's an interruption. There's a...
Yeah, here there's
Something
yeah
like
there's
So
an
the Greeks
exclamation.
don't do that? Who does that?
The Slavic churches.
Okay.
They
Glory.
say-
Say glory to thee.
Glory to thee who has
Oh,
shown us
okay.
the light. Wait, because the chanters just repeat exactly that. So
The singers.
Right, yeah.
Glory to you. I'm trying to remember what we did.
the interesting thing, and I'm not exactly sure,
So
but
the
I've been
Greeks just drop that? I mean, because like...
I'm wondering whether sometimes the Russians do extra stuff or older stuff, or I'm not sure which
Well,
it
I'm
is.
is it something they added or something they retained?
I'm not
In
sure.
a lot of cases, it seems like it's stuff they retained.
Yeah, sometimes it is stuff they retain, but sometimes it is
But
innovation.
don't the Greeks do the entire doxology?
Yeah,
They do, but what he's saying is that there's not this
exclamation by the priest.
intonation by the
Oh,
priest.
I
Says, glory to thee. I mean, have you ever... Well, you probably do it at
With St. Nicholas,
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
sing the doxology fully, but
Well, yeah, here
you're
too,
right.
but...
The priest
but the
says,
priest says,
introduces it.
Glory,
Right.
glory be
That's
to
how we
thee.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Switch to the music.
Glory to thee who has shown us
Well,
the light.
it's a bit more clever, but you're right.
But the Greeks, as far as I know,
I don't know. if
they don't.
You're right.
The priest
they-
doesn't
they
say
don't.
anything.
No, when the chanter's done, he goes right into it.
Yeah.
At least, yeah, it's in
And the thing that I've been told by one of my chanter friends is that on Christmas, the hymn, the Doxastikon, ends with "Glory to thee who has shown us the light, and on peace on earth to men of goodwill," or whatever the translation ends up being.
Mhm.
But because you've already said that, you actually normally you would skip the first line of the doxology, because you would actually finish the hymn with
The first line?
The first line,
Oh,
yeah.
that's interesting. That's kind of strange.
Yeah, because glory be to thee who has shown us the light, glory in the highest on earth, peace, goodwill toward men.
Okay.
We praise thee, we bless thee, we worship thee. So if you're going, glory to thee who has shown, and then and end it,
Right.
then you just finish you start with the second line, because you already sung it. So, but the
Like I
Russians,
said, it works if you don't interrupt it, because then you just keep
yeah,
going.
exactly,
It's hard to tell, like, where you stop and...
yeah. So it's just seamless.
Huh.
Sort of little trivia facts there.
Mm.
So, with fear because.
Yeah, with fear, yeah.
So with fear because with fear because of sin, for we are unworthy entire time.
Until
Sin, for we are unworthy. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was changed there.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Worthy with joy because of the salvation granted to the world. Still dynamic. By him who was crucified thereon, Christ the Lord, who hath great mercy. Yeah, and I think I did mess up on the recording now that I'm thinking about it. With joy, with joy, with joy. I think I kept putting a gorgon there because I wanted it. With joy. So, I was wondering why the rhythm changed there. Because if you do with joy, you don't change rhythm.
Right.
But if you do what I did, then you change it to a triple.
Oh.
Which I was wondering why it would go to triple, but it wouldn't say it. So I'll have to
Doesn't-
listen back to
try.
myself. Yeah, and see what I did. So listener beware to that.
Right. Take your chances.
Any other parts?
No, I'm like.
Well, I can record things and say, tell me where the mistake is. Be like, it's like what is it when I find like all those like those children's puzzles where you're supposed to find like what's wrong with this picture.
Right.
So what's missing or what is wrong here? The axe is not attached to the handle, or something. So if that's good, then we can go back to Save the Lord Thy People and chant through that.
All right, cool.
It's 8 o'clock now.
Yeah.
I don't think we have enough time probably to go through any Kathismata.
No.
Where's that?
It's before the Orthros Pentecostaria.
Oh. Save the Lord. No.
And just as a tidbit for Matins, if I believe it applies to this feast too. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. But whenever there's a feast, like a big feast on a Sunday, the resurrectional gospel gets trumped by the festal gospel, and then the priest proclaims it from the royal doors instead of the side of the altar table, because normally the resurrectional gospel reading he reads from the side of the table as the angel proclaiming it to the women at the tomb or whoever goes to the tomb. So the angel sat on the right side of the tomb, so the priest goes to the right side of the altar table and proclaims that, because they're all about the first sightings of Christ at the resurrection. So in this case, though, this is a festal proclamation of something, and so then this goes to the royal doors, in which case, in general, there should be no veneration of the gospel book. So, So it should just be the festal thing is proclaimed, and the priest goes right back inside. So, but normally on a resurrectional Sunday, we would go and venerate the gospel book. In our
during
tradition,
the Matins.
yeah, during Matins.
The Orthodox. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of St. Nicholas during the night before.
Yeah. So
they didn't,
yeah.
I don't know what they did, but yeah, they wouldn't have taken it out.
Mhm. Yeah, they would just go right back in. It's funny, in Pittsburgh we had the left side is the Arab chanter, and sometimes he would just walk over, because our priest would hold it there as you kiss it, instead of what we do is we just put it on the table, and the Arab guy would be there kind of waiting, and he's kind of like, what's the priest doing? And then like we keep going like, Tony, go back, because he would just wait there and just keep waiting for it.
Yeah,
It's like they're not gonna come back.
Because usually they hold it and you're supposed to kiss it on, and then they
Yeah.
but they
In the Slavic tradition, they actually put it on the table.
They put the Greek church holds it up.
Mhm.
You have to go up to it.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But he never holds it long enough for the psalters to come down.
Oh really? Oh,
Sometimes he doesn't. So we're always sort of trying to.
we rotate around. So like
So I don't know how you do
the
it.
chanters always go first.
That's what should happen.
Yeah.
That's what they do in Greece, but it's
And normally what we did.
Chanters go last. And
Oh,
miss
really?
the chants.
That's
often.
weird.
So it's not like.
What ends up happening, and what we didn't do this time because I got confused because we were venerating the gospel. What normally would happen is that you would have a handoff. So let us who have beheld the resurrection of Christ worship our holy Lord Jesus, and then we don't normally sing it, the Have Mercy on Me, O God, Psalm 50. So then, at least in Pittsburgh, there'd be a handoff of the book as you're walking up. So the person who's saying let us who have beheld the resurrection of Christ would hold back, and the first person to come back to the chanter stand would have a handoff at the end of that hymn, and you'd hand it off like a football. And but other than that, the Greeks actually chant Psalm 50 normally. Have mercy on me, O God. So then, so I'm not sure exactly what happens there. You have
they
to
all
like
take one verse.
you have to book it.
The other trouble, it's hard for them to sing
Yeah.
at the same time. Try to make it to the.
Yeah.
I know the logistics of all that.
Yeah, it gets troublesome. So, but yeah, that's what makes Matins fun. You get to move around.
Oh.
So save, O Lord, thy people. Yep. Ananes. Save, O Lord, thy people, and bless thine inheritance. Grant thou unto the faithful victory over adversaries, and by the power of thy cross do thou preserve thy commonwealth. Nice.
All right.
Easy. That one, if you notice, that is the national anthem of the Byzantine Empire, as I recall, as well. And so, if you notice the way that it is, it's very much you can kind of envision people walking down the streets with banners and like in this procession, save, O Lord, thy people, and bless, like as they're just as this march as they're walking down.
Also, the national anthem of the Russian Empire.
Oh really?
Spasi Господи, spasi
Ah.
Господи, люди
Yeah.
своя. It's the same thing. It's Save, O Lord.
Yeah.
But only they put a little verse for the emperor
Oh yeah, yeah.
and the other emperor.
Oh, really?
Washington.
Oh.
There is a verse for them. It's now taken out, but except I don't know what Putin will do.
Yeah.
He'll put it
So-
back.
But yeah, so with that, Exaltation of the Cross, we'll finish the resurrectional charisma hymns next week.
All right.
So, cool.
Okay.